Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving back into Great League, this time with 3 new Pokemon from the new move update for the season. So we're having Mudshot on our Grident, which is just gonna give more flexibility on Grident in order to get to its moves, and of course you are not gonna regret it because these moves are gonna be absolutely spammy. So yeah, Bot Slam and Crunch able to get you there to the victory. So we're facing a Lantern which also got a little update on Spark, and now it can reach on Surf on every 6 of those Sparks and every 8 on the Thunderbolt, which is kinda bad, I know, but still you can always expect the unexpected from this Pokemon because Spark now is absolutely even better for the offensive stat of its move, since now Lantern is just gonna perform much better. Anyways, enough about the Lantern, we do not even have one on our team because here Dusclops can go in against this Golbat pretty rough. So another move is coming up, I'm just gonna block it, but it ends up being just a Poison Fang, at least we called the first one. Right after we're gonna use Ice Punch from our Dusclops. If you didn't know, well, Poltergeist also got a little bit of a buff this season, dealing even more damage than usual. Now at the back they return with the Red Steel, but since we have the shield we should be fine, right? And of course Scorching Suns is just gonna dominate this matchup against the Red Steel, so able to get there. Unfortunately they can survive, but still we have 2 more Pokemon out there and one Mudshot will just seal the deal against Red Steel for the first battle. Into the next one now with a Medicham up in front, horrible, terrible lead scenario, and we have to switch out not to our Dusclops, which is our usual safe switch, but instead to our Ninetales, because if we reveal Dusclops from now, perhaps we cannot have the perfect alignment towards the end of this battle. Anyways, another move is coming up from our side, and this time it's gonna be just another Weather Ball. So as it seems, we're gonna fall down to those counters, but still we can survive whatever they throw on our Dusclops. Psychic now is not gonna do enough damage, but still gonna bring us about at 50%, and as you can see here I do not have fully excelled power up my Dusclops, so definitely you can use this Pokemon with a lot of success without using it on its full excel scale. So Grident here is just gonna do a lot of solid work with those crunches, and after the first debuff perhaps we can have the upper hand even if we get hit by a simple Focus Blast. So here comes now another crunch, and it all depends, to be honest, on what they might have at the back as their third Pokemon. So they end up having the return of the Medicham for now. I'm expecting that Red Steel to return for sure at some point, and here comes now another move. Unfortunately we have to spend our final shield, which was not expected at all, and right here they can reach to the next move. It is gonna be the Focus Blast though, no Flash Cannon, no Zap Cannon. At the back they have a Sandslash. Will this buffed up Poltergeist be enough? Yes it is. Down goes Sandslash in one simple shot. That was neutral damage from a not so much offensive Pokemon, and yeah, that still one shot down the Sandslash out of existence. That was absolutely amazing. For a moment I thought that we could not win this at all, but still we did, with Poltergeist being super clutch. So into the next one now, on the switch we're met up with this Medicham, another Poltergeist. This for sure will knock out this Pokemon, and now we have one more before fainting against the Talonflame. So I pressed the move and they managed to pass through one Incinerate, so their original plan was to completely farm down, but I was just wanting to get that CMP done. However, they farmed down the process, it's all good, still we can have kind of a good battle here, but a Brave Bird cannot be appreciated by my Pokemon. Anyways, now they're gonna go down since they are severely debuffed with their Talonflame, and at the back they have the Azumarill, so the battle is definitely not over yet. However, we have 2 shields while they have 1. So here on Great League we are not that bulky, even a single player up can put us at a miserable condition, and we do not like that at all. So I'm just gonna block the first move, it ends up being just an Ice Beam, and I know that right here I think they're gonna get to another Ice Beam, no Hydro Pump for sure, but I still want to block. It ends up being the player of this time, which means that we made the amazing block on the correct move, and right after we can still reach to back-to-back body slams to bring this Azumarill to no HP. Look at how easy it is to get there to those moves with a mud shot, more spammy than ever, and of course being a 2-turn move when you compare it with Bullet Seed, which is a 3-turn move, well, Grident definitely gets the flexibility that it needs. Into the next one now with a kind of a positive lead against this Mobile, and we're meeting up with this Sceptile on the Switch. Oh my goodness, this is the new Breaking Swipe Sceptile. Good news here is though that we can resist those Bullet Seeds by a lot, so we can definitely farm down in the process even if we get hit by a double debuffing move on the face of that Breaking Swipe. So now the return with the Mobile into the battle, we have a double Weather Ball already ready to go, and I'm not gonna press Scorching Suns because I want to get to back moves. Down they go with this double move. And now they have this Serperior coming into the battle. So yeah, Crunch is definitely gonna do a lot of solid work against this Pokemon. We can absolutely tank whatever they throw. So I'm just gonna let the first move go through and they end up going for that Frenzy Plant. So we can somehow survive this move and still press for that next move. So now we'll reveal my Dusclops. They know that a simple Ice Punch will just put them out of their misery, and yeah, they will back out. So into the next one now, we're facing a weird threat on the face of Stunfisk, but obviously now with that mud shot on our Pokemon, this can always work towards our advantage. So I'm trying to catch here a Brick Break. This is not gonna happen at all. Now Dusclops will have to face the wrath of those Dragon Claws, and in the process I'm getting a little bit too greedy. So I'm just gonna let the next one go through as well and then try to reach to a double Ice Punch. Here comes the first one, but of course they will pass through that final Dragon Tail, so that was poor energy management from my part. Anyways, I have to respect the damage from the Brick Break, but still it's a Brick Break. How bad can it be? So charging up to 100 HP scale, energy scale actually, not HP. Down goes this Hakamo O, and now they will return into the battle with the Fisk. So obviously this is looking very good for us right now because we have the shield advantage and they also get the first move, which means now that we might be actually in a very good spot by completely farming down. At the back they have a Ninetales as well, but this time on its shadow form and of course from Alola, which means that those moves of mine can absolutely melt down this Pokemon, especially with a double Weather Ball, and of course at this point Stunfisk stands no chance at all and we're gonna get this victory for our team. Into the next one now with a Granbull up in front, so let's see how spammy we can be, because if they want to with the double shield scenario they can easily farm down. However, they try to catch one move on the Altaria, but we know better, able to switch out to our Dusclops following their switch to Altaria, and of course now Ice Punch might just do the trick up against them, being double super effective. So I'm getting a little bit too greedy here, but to be honest I always do that with my Dusclops because most of the times people tend to forget how easy it is for Dusclops to reach to those punches. Here comes now the final Ice Punch. We still have the shield, but unfortunately this Altaria has a lot of energy. We have to respect the damage, but still we can survive one Sky Attack even on a Shadow Cantonia Ninetales, and as it seems that was the correct move here, because now we can reach to the Weather Ball, not to finish off though this Stunfisk, but instead I want to completely farm down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I kinda lag over here, so I could not switch out right on time. So yeah, able to farm down the process with my Grident. Now the return into the battle with the Granbull, and we end up going for those Body Slams. All I want to do here is to charge up to a double Body Slam, one for the Altaria, one with the Granbull, so that even though if they catch, it will make no difference at all on the outcome. So yeah, Grident is just gonna get this victory for our team. Into the next one, the final one, trainers, against the Swampert up in front. I really like Mudshot on Grident, to be honest. I can't wait to try it out on the Ultra League format, because I have a legend team from a previous season with Grident in it, and I think now that with Mudshot it's gonna help it a lot against those steel types and of course Cobalion. So over here I'm just gonna get to the next move, which is just a Body Slam for this Swampert, but they still have to respect the damage and shield, and right after gonna wall down completely this Pokemon and the Toxic Rock. So they have counter, not even the new Mudshot, which is kinda good for us. We can resist this move by a lot, while Mud Bomb will never be enough to finish us off. So here comes now another move from my part, and we can definitely try to farm down in the process. However, they end up going at the last turn for their move before fading down to my final Hex, and yeah, even if they bring here Swampert, we have so much energy to spare. So it is gonna be Roserade, just gonna preserve the HP and the energy for the end game, and right after I know that if we can block correctly one Hydro Cannon, we can still finish off at this amount of HP with a simple Weather Ball, the pure HP that remains on that Swampert. So Roserade here with the Weather Ball, no biggies at all, anything that they were gonna throw was gonna be resisted, so able to farm down the process, and that will conclude this video with an amazing victory with a very strong team. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content here on YouTube. And speaking of more of my content, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.